When you think of viral skincare products in the luxury space, there's no way Crème de La Mer doesn't come to mind. Well, for the low price of $390, you can be the proud owner of a 60 ml jar. That's 2 ounces for my Americans. Don't worry, I didn't forget you. Who's the typical buyer of this product? Given the price, I think we can all guess that correctly. Well, in this video, I'll be answering that question using real consumer data. I'll also be analyzing the comment sections of 2 YouTube videos. That way we can get a better understanding of people's genuine opinions on La Mer. And if you're already a fan of Crème de La Mer, stay tuned because I'll tell you in which country it's the cheapest to buy this product. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Chelly and I like to use my programming and research skills to explore the world of high-end and luxury skincare. We're gonna start with website exploration. I have the website open here. And at a first glance, we can see that this product has around a 4.7, 4.8 rating, which is pretty good. It has 7,492 reviews, which is great for a luxury skincare product. Normally, luxury brands don't heavily rely on ratings or reviews. They normally rely on the brand name. They want a certain type of person using their products. So they're like, either you can afford it, either you can't, doesn't matter. So they don't normally rely on reviews. For 60 ml or 2 ounces, it's $390. If we're gonna compare this product with the last product I reviewed, which is the Rich Cream by Augustinus Bader, for 3.4 ounce or 100 ml, it's $610, making this product more expensive than the Rich Cream, which is crazy because $540, which is the price of the Rich Cream, is already outrageously priced. Okay, I'm gonna say this once, but please do not ever buy a beauty product, a skincare product using Afterpay or Klarna or whatever third party allows you to pay in installments. If you cannot afford the full price, find alternative ways to try it or to purchase this product. Buy this product when it's on sale. Sephora has their annual sale where I believe you can buy it at a discounted price. Costco has discounts. The airport duty-free store, you'll save money on taxes. Or, if you have a friend that has this product, ask if, you can try a little bit of it. Hopefully they don't mind, but please do not use Afterpay or Klarna. One thing that most people don't know is if you miss a payment, it can affect your credit score. And you do not want to affect your credit score when you're young, especially for a skincare product, guys. Please, let's be financially responsible. Ingredients. I'm not an esthetician, nor am I a dermatologist, so I'm not the best person to ask when it comes to ingredients. I do know some ingredients on the list, but I'd much rather watch someone else that is knowledgeable.
Hey guys, you've probably heard of Crème de La Mer and that the German version of Nivea cream is often called its dupe. Today we're putting that to the test, but first let's look at the INCI. The Nivea cream has mineral oil as its main emollient, microcrystalline wax, paraffin, and lanolin as its occlusives, glycerin and panthenol as its humectants. It also has decyl oleate and octyldodecanol to improve the texture, some functional ingredients, and of course the preservative. Crème de la Mer interestingly has the same base, mineral oil, petroleum waxes, and functional ingredients. It even has the same texture modifiers. The main difference is in the fermented algae broth, which is the highest in its ingredient list. It also has some botanical oils, seed powders, and also has a bunch of vitamins like B3, B12, vitamin E, and vitamin A. We use the craniometer CM825, which is the gold standard for measuring hydration in the skin, and the thermometer Hex, which is the upgraded version of the gold standard for measuring water loss. 0.2 grams of the test products were applied to the sides, and we waited 2 hours before we measured again. We calculated the percent change in hydration and occlusion, and the results are actually surprising. La Mer increased skin hydration by 11%, while Nivea increased skin hydration by 12%. These results are statistically significant from the baseline, but they're not statistically different from each other. We can't speak in terms of other benefits because we don't have any method of measuring them, but in terms of hydration and preventing water loss, Crème de la Mer and Nivea surprisingly performed equally.
Okay, very interesting video. One thing that I did note, the miracle broth or the algae that is used to make the miracle broth is the first ingredient on the list. That's great because nothing's worse when a company says, let's say hyaluronic acid is the key ingredient of the product. And you look at the ingredients list and it's the 23rd product of the list. Like, really, is it really a key ingredient? But the fact that algae is the first ingredient of the list is amazing. It means that it's the highest concentrated ingredients of the product. Okay, we're gonna continue with website exploration. Little fun fact, Crème de la Mer was Dr. Hubert's only and first product ever developed. So any product you see on the La Mer website was developed by Estee Lauder after they acquired La Mer in 1995. Comment about the packaging. I personally prefer tubes and pumps just because the product is in a vacuum and it's not exposed to the outside environment or air. There's nothing wrong with jars. You're just more likely to have contaminants in your products if it's, always exposed to the outside environment, and especially if you're touching the product with your finger. I would assume that, a company that's charging $390 for a product would find the best alternative to prevent this from happening, but it's not a big deal, honestly. Now, my favorite part, we're gonna look at the review section. This is my favorite part because I get to use programming to analyze a product. Okay, let's see what information is given to us. We have age range. We're definitely going to be using that to visualize the age range distribution. Skin concerns, I won't be touching this section just because La Mer already has its AI doing the job for us. It took the keywords that are most mentioned in each review. Okay, if you look at individual reviews, I'm definitely going to be taking that information. I want to see where are people located, who in the world is buying La Mer products, or Crème de la Mer, I should say. Was this review helpful to you? I like this section as well, just because if people did not want to leave any reviews, they can either agree or disagree with what people have to say. It helps seeing what is the common sentiment of each left review. I like to see what's most helpful. We're going to read this because it's the most helpful review. It's the most liked, with 384 people agreeing with this person. It was posted on January 10, 2015. So this person left a 5-star review. They love their cream. I love this cream. I'm 46 and my skin tends to be very dry. You always read about how people who use this don't look anywhere close to their age. I've attached a current photo of my face. I won't attach it just because I don't know if she wants her picture plastered on the internet. Well, yes, she did leave a review with her face, but we'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to post her picture. Keep in mind, I have taken care of my skin since I was 18, and I use sunscreen every day, rain, snow, or shine. She's better than me. I will always use it when it's sunny, but I'm not the best at using sunscreen when it's rainy or snowing outside. That being said, I'm proud of my youth and thankful I've always chosen to use high-end skincare and will never stop. Honestly, good for you for being able to afford high-end skincare at 18, because I could not. I would have been the happiest girl if I was able to afford La Mer at 18, but I could not. And no, you don't have to be rich to use this cream. Okay, I'm sorry for insinuating that you're rich. I'm not. And I buy the 3.4 ounce, use it in the morning and night, and it lasts me 6 months easy. I don't and never have spent money on dermatologist or salon treatments. Just great skincare and sunscreen. That's all you'll ever need. Grow old with grace and don't let society make you feel that you must look a certain way. Honestly, I love that sentence because it's true. If we all loved ourselves, if we all did not let our insecurities fuel our consumption, I feel like a lot of these companies would go bankrupt or would just not exist. But honestly, we're not there. It doesn't work like that. We're not there as a society. Hopefully in the future, we can all decide to stop buying so much. I love the trend on TikTok, the underconsumption core. I love it because now we're all realizing that we don't need so many products. It makes me really happy. Just a little side note. Attached is a photo of myself at my current age, 46, and I'm proud of it. Thanks, La Mer, for being part of it. Cool. She likes it and seems like a lot of people agree. 64 people disagree. This person left a 1-star rating, so I'm assuming they don't like the product or something happened. Submitted on January 5th, 2024. Oh my god, they actually ruined my favorite La Mer skincare cream. So from the title, it seems like she did like it at first and something happened, and now she no longer likes it. To whoever this may help, I've always loved the Crème de la Mer cream most. It got me into the whole Crème de la Mer brand in 2001 permanently. I did not know Crème de la Mer existed in 2001, honestly. I'd even tried it earlier, but I was an exclusively loyal La Mer user since summer 2001. Well, I just couldn't understand how nor why my absolute staple product, my go-to for everything, the original Crème de la Mer cream, was suddenly failing me after 20 years. Before many other formulas Aside from the oil absorbing and lotion pumps, well, I got advice from my dermatologist to do something you're all probably thinking. Duh, obviously though. But I'd never have imagined that the Estee Lauder company, La Mer brand, would ever jeopardize a formula as tried and true as the original Crème de la Mer cream. Well, they did. Carefully disguised at the bottom of the box, ingredient label is Z maize corn oil. Never been corn oil in the formula, but now they've gone cheap on us and are using basic corn oil. Well, take a wild guess who's allergic to corn oil? Yup, silly old me. Trust me, adding Z maize making it seems fancier than any mass-produced bottom bin basic corn oil shipped in a massive freight train cars is a flat-out lie. Yes, I'm upset because I'm badly allergic to corn oil, but I would be too if I were you. I'm a decades-long customer to this company, having easily paid over $65K. Oh, that's crazy. I'd also be upset if after 20 years of using a product, everything was fine, and then it just started causing irritation on my skin, especially since it's really expensive. She spent $65K on this company for the luxury of using their products. And if they're seriously not going to give any notice or heads up, that's a problem, honestly. You could change the formulation. You're free to do so as a brand. But, warn your customers that you're going to change something, because then things like this happen. Then I have to hope faith nor respect for this company I thought I loved, who I assumed loved their customers equally. I typed this so sad but angry, I certainly guess not. Okay, so this person used to love this product, and La Mer changed their formulation, added something called Z maize corn oil, and then it caused an allergic reaction on this person's skin, and now they hate it. La Mer did respond to them. I hope this person got compensation or got some sort of acknowledgement that yes, we did mess up by not warning our customers. 265 people agreed with this person, 12 did not. I believe that companies should always warn their customers if they're gonna change the formulas, because these things will happen if you don't. People will be vocal about it. Okay, I've extracted the information, this little sneak peek on what the locations data look like, the clean version. Trust me, the raw data did not look like this, but I have the city, the state, and the country. And we're gonna use this, we're gonna create a graph, and I'll show you what it looks like. We have the first graph here. This is the age distribution of people that have left a review. As you can see, the top age range is 36 to 45 with 27.88%. This kind of makes sense because in this age range, normally people are established in their career, they have more disposable income, and you kind of want to treat yourself and try new products. Or if you've tried it before and you have disposable income, you're more likely to repurchase this product. We're gonna look at the next one. This one is the locations graph of all the people that have left a review. North America, I'm not surprised that USA is the top reviewer with 6,921 people leaving a review. Europe, we have the UK with 516 people leaving a review, France 55, Germany 12, Russia 5. This doesn't mean that other EU countries do not purchase La Mer, it just means that they did not leave a review. And if you're, La Mer Sweden, maybe entice people in Sweden to leave reviews like that. People like me can, do a little analysis. Or if not, feel free to send your data like that. I can do a little analysis. That's a little invitation. My email is in my channel profile. I'm just kidding, but no. I'd be interested to see. That would be like a nice analysis to do. Then you have in Asia, Hong Kong 199 reviews, Thailand 77. I'm a little surprised that Thailand surpassed Japan and South Korea. But honestly, wait, now that I think of it, not really. Just because Japan and South Korea have their own skincare market. They're actually quite big and they're renowned around the world nowadays. J Beauty, K Beauty. I actually love K Beauty. All of my sunscreens are Korean brands. Personally, I love it. So I'm not surprised that Thailand surpassed Japan and South Korea. Or maybe, they're just not leaving reviews. I do have to mention it a couple of times. These are not people that have purchased Crème de la Mer. It's people that have left a review. Let's see. Next one would be Australia, 19 reviews. Africa, you have South Africa with 3 reviews. And South America, Mexico, one review, and Brazil, one review. I'd be interested in seeing what other countries in South America or Africa or even Asia purchased Crème de la Mer. Like, is there a big market in these countries? Are you just not leaving reviews, but they are buying these products? It'd be very interesting to see. I mean, are people in Panama buying Crème de la Mer? That would be nice. Okay, the next graph is honing into the USA market. So seeing where exactly are they located in terms of states. Doing it by city was a bit too much. You know, there are many, many cities in the States. So I decided to just do it by state. I do have the data on which cities purchased Crème de la Mer. But if you're interested, feel free to let me know. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to do it by state. As expected, California left the most number of reviews with 984. The next one would be New York State, and then Florida 544, Texas 601. So it would be California, New York State, Texas, Florida, and then Illinois, which definitely makes sense. You know, these are states with metropolitan cities, you know, Chicago and Illinois, Houston and Dallas, Houston, Dallas in Texas, California, Los Angeles, Florida, Tampa, West Palm Beach, Miami, New York State, New York City. It definitely makes sense. Okay, now we want to know, where is it the most affordable to buy Crème de la Mer? According to this graph, it's in Japan. It costs $362.74. This is in USD to buy a jar of Crème de la Mer. And this is for a jar of 60 ml, compared to the USA, which is $390. So these are the top 3 countries where you should be buying a jar of Crème de la Mer: Japan, Canada, and the UK. And the 3 most expensive countries to buy this product is Thailand, Mexico, and Brazil. In Brazil, $547 to buy a 60 ml jar of Crème de la Mer. It's very expensive. Wow. So if you're from any of the countries in the middle, or especially if you're from Brazil, feel free to stimulate the Japanese, Canadian, or the UK economy. Now we're going to listen to an AI-generated podcast. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, this sounds like 2 regular people having a conversation. The AI sounds so real, it's uncanny. Trust me. How I got this podcast to be generated is I pulled the comment section of 2 YouTube videos and I created a text file, fed it to Notebook LM, and it just became an expert on the comment section of those 2 YouTube videos, and it generated a podcast between 2 people, and they're going to talk about what are people's opinions on La Mer. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive on La Mer skincare.
Ooh, La Mer.
So this is going to be interesting because, as always, our source material is...
When I tell you it sounds like 2 regular people having a conversation, this is what I mean. The lady sometimes even breathes. She takes a deep breath after her sentences. It's wild.
the comments from a very popular YouTube video.
Yes.
So we picked Dr. Dre.
Yep.
And she did a review of La Mer, and people had a lot to say.
Yes, they did.
There's a lot of material.
A lot.
So we're going to be breaking this up into multiple parts.
15 minutes, 14 minutes worth of material. It's pretty long, so feel free to watch this video at 2x speed, 3x speed, depending on what you prefer.
And just trying to get through as much as we can and see what we can find out about La Mer. You know, like, is it worth it? Should we spend our hard-earned money on it?
Right.
So, yeah, let's just jump right in, I guess. So, right off the bat, we're seeing some pretty strong opinions about La Mer. Some people love it. Some people think it's a scam.
Right.
And everything in between.
Well, and that's what I love about these comment sections is that you get all those different opinions.
Exactly.
And you see that range from people who, you know, absolutely swear by it, and then those who are very skeptical. Like like this one commenter, they said,
Did you not hear? She stumbled on her words. AI don't do that.
it's Nivea with seaweed. It's not worth it. They are overpriced luxury moisturizers. There are a lot of great products on the market that are way cheaper.
Oh.
So, you get those who are very much like, yeah, because this is a scam, this is just hype.
Right.
And then you'll get others who are like, this is the only thing that's ever worked for my skin.
Yeah, we got a lot of those. Like, someone said that La Mer was the only moisturizer that worked for them.
Right.
After trying like tons of different brands.
Yeah, and even after trying things like dermatologist recommended things,
Yeah.
medical grade skincare, this one person said that the La Mer matte lotion was the only thing that cleared up their cystic acne.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So,
That's compelling.
it really is.
Like if you tried all these different things, especially if you've tried, things that are specifically meant to treat acne.
Right. And it's always hard with those comments because, like you said, it is compelling, but we also don't know,
Right.
their full situation.
Or, all the products they tried or whatever.
Right. It is anecdotal.
Exactly.
But it's still interesting that for some.
It always is with skincare. Someone's holy grail might be the worst product you've ever tried. So honestly, the only way to certainly know that a product is good for your skin is to try it. But when the price of a product is $390, you kind of want to do the most research you can before purchasing this product, or if not, get a sample, try it on someone that already has this product, or if not, go to Sephora and test it on your skin. I know it's kind of disgusting because a lot of people had dipped their finger in it, but you kind of have to try it to know if you like it, right?
People, it's the only thing that works.
And that they're willing to spend that much money on it.
Yeah.
When they found something that works,
Yeah.
that's what they're going to stick to.
Yeah. And then we have someone.
That's very painful when the only product that works, especially if you've tried a full range of products, and if the only product that works is a luxury skincare product, oh my gosh, I'd feel so bad. Like, man, really? The only product that works for me is one that costs $390. Kind of get jealous of people that can purchase, a $5 moisturizer from the drugstore and be fine with it.
It was like 76 years old
Oh, yeah.
and was like going on eBay to find La Mer samples because she loved it so much.
Yeah.
And she said that it helped her severely dry skin. So
Wow.
yeah.
And again, that's somebody who's, been around for a while, tried a lot of things.
Yeah, she's probably tried it all.
Exactly.
Not the AI making a joke about someone's age.
So when they say, this is what works for me, that does say something.
Yeah.
It's not just somebody who's, in their early 20s and hasn't really experimented much.
Yeah, right.
This is somebody who's, seen it all, done it all.
And spent a lot of time on eBay, apparently. Okay, so then we get into this whole debate about like the price,
Right.
is it really worth it? A lot of the comments were kind of questioning that. Like,
Right.
is this just hype? Is this just marketing?
Yeah. And there was one comment that said you could get the same skin benefits by just taking vitamins and focusing on internal health.
Yeah.
Which I think is, an interesting point to bring up.
Yeah.
Because, there's so much emphasis on topical skincare.
Yeah.
But how much of it is really, what you're putting on your skin versus what you're putting in your body?
Right.
Are you eating healthy? Are you taking care of yourself from the inside out?
Right.
So
That's a good point.
it is a good point.
And then someone said that La Mer is just a basic moisturizer with fantastic marketing.
Ouch. Straight to the point.
Yeah. Very blunt.
Yeah, and that's a common sentiment with these luxury brands is that, you're really paying for the name.
Right.
You're paying for the packaging.
The and someone was asking for a cheaper alternative with seaweed and no fragrance.
Interesting.
Clearly trying to get those La Mer benefits.
Right.
Without the La Mer price tag.
Yeah, without breaking the bank.
Yeah.
So trying to find that dupe.
And that brings us to Nivea.
Oh, yes.
Which apparently a lot of people think is a La Mer dupe.
Really?
Especially the German version.
I've heard that.
Yeah. And they're saying it's because it has like similar base ingredients.
Oh, okay.
Like the mineral oil and lanolin and things like that.
Interesting. So they're seeing that and they're saying, okay, these have the same basic building blocks.
Right.
So maybe they function similarly.
Yeah. So someone's saying they've used Nivea for like over 40 years.
Wow.
And they have better skin than people who spend a fortune on skincare.
Okay, so they're Team Nivea all the way. They're like, I don't need the fancy stuff.
Yeah. And someone found a YouTube video saying that Nivea in the tin,
Okay.
the one made in the USA, is a La Mer dupe. So it's really interesting.
Like, how much of this is perception?
Right, and perception.
Yeah, like, and marketing.
Is Nivea really a dupe? Or is that just something that we've kind of told ourselves?
Or is it, like you were saying earlier, you know, if you're using Nivea and you love it and you feel great and your skin looks great,
Right.
then that's all that matters.
Right.
It doesn't really matter what the price is or what the brand is.
Exactly.
If it works for you, it works for you.
But wait,
Uh-oh.
there's a twist.
Huh.
Not everyone agrees that Nivea is a dupe.
Okay.
So there were a lot of comments from people who were very much Team La Mer, and they were saying,
Okay.
like, no, Nivea is not the same.
Interesting.
And that La Mer has this miracle broth,
Oh, yes, I've heard of this.
which is this like fermented blend of sea kelp and other ingredients.
Right.
And they're saying that that's like the special sauce.
Yeah, that's what sets it apart.
That makes it worth the price.
Right, and they're saying that's what you're not getting in the Nivea. You know, you're getting the base ingredients, but you're not getting that special something, that magic.
So, okay, we've got people who love La Mer,
Right.
we've got people who hate La Mer,
Yeah.
and we've got people who think that Nivea is a dupe.
This is a lot.
Right.
What else is there?
What else could there be?
Well, fragrance,
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
which is kind of a big deal, especially in skincare.
Yeah.
And so one person said that they think that they developed sinus and allergy issues because of fragrance. Oh no.
Yeah.
From using it long term in their skincare.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which, is a possibility,
yeah,
depending on, what the fragrance is and how sensitive they are.
right.
But yeah, that's a concern.
Yeah, and someone said that La Mer's fragrance makes their eyes water.
Oh, wow. So yeah, I mean, fragrance is definitely something to be aware of,
Yeah.
especially if you have sensitive skin
Oh, right.
or are prone to allergies.
But then some people love the scent
Right.
and they don't find it bothersome at all. And this is where personal preference comes in.
Right.
You know?
Big time.
Fragrance is so subjective.
Yeah.
What smells amazing to one person could be really offensive to somebody else.
Totally.
Yeah.
And this is where, listening to your own skin and knowing your own preferences is really important.
Yeah, and that was something that came up in the comments too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, this idea that even if products have the same active ingredients, the way that they're delivered to your skin can really affect the results.
Right.
They were even comparing it to insulin.
Oh, wow.
You can have like different types of insulin that have the same active ingredient, but the way that they're delivered to your body can really affect how they work.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and then there was one person who was saying that they tried La Mer in their 30s and they hated it.
Really?
But then they tried it again in their 40s
Uh-huh.
and it was a game changer for them.
Wow.
Okay.
So maybe
So maybe it's something that's
it changes with you.
Yeah, like as your skin ages,
Uh-huh.
it might be something that's more beneficial for mature skin.
Okay, so La Mer is loved by some, hated by others.
Right.
Maybe even changes in its effectiveness depending on your age.
Yeah, quite the mystery.
This is a lot to unpack.
It is. And what I'm finding so fascinating about this deep dive is that it really just shows how individual skincare can be.
Mm-hmm.
And how there is no one size fits all.
Right.
It's all about finding what works for you.
So what does that mean for you, the listener?
Well, stay tuned because we're going to keep going on this La Mer journey.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll keep unpacking these comments and exploring the arguments for and against La Mer.
Yeah.
And hopefully help you decide if it's something that you might want to try or if you should just, stick to what you know and love.
Exactly. So, we've heard from the lovers, the haters, and the Nivea people.
Mm-hmm.
But there was this one comment that really jumped out at me.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a little gem of wisdom that I think kind of sums up this whole La Mer situation.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
They said, listen to your skin.
Yeah.
It'll tell you what it needs, be it CeraVe or La Mer.
That's a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it CeraVe or CeraVe?
Like that.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If it's the expensive stuff or the cheap stuff,
Right.
just listen to your skin.
It knows best.
It knows.
Yeah, and I think, that's a good reminder that you don't have to spend a fortune to have good skin.
Right.
There are plenty of affordable options out there
Well,
that are just as effective as the expensive stuff.
And vice versa.
Exactly.
Sometimes the expensive stuff is worth it.
Right, it's all about finding what works for you.
So what are some of the key takeaways you think our listeners should know about La Mer?
Well, I think the first thing is that it's a very controversial brand.
Okay.
You know, you've got people who love it, you've got people who hate it.
Yeah.
It's like the pineapple on pizza of skincare.
Ooh, that's a good one.
You either love it or you hate it.
Yeah. And it's really interesting how much, like brand identity and all that stuff plays into it.
Yeah, marketing.
Because I think a lot of the time we're buying into the brand.
Right, and the hype.
Yeah, not necessarily the product itself.
Exactly.
But, on the other hand, like some people really do see results with La Mer.
Right, and there are people who say that it's a miracle for their skin,
Right.
but then you've got other people who are saying like, oh, you can get the same ingredients
Yeah.
in a cheaper product.
For way cheaper.
Exactly.
So, it really comes down to
Personal preference.
your own
Skin type.
and your budget.
Right.
Like if you can afford La Mer and you want to try it, go for it.
Yeah,
But if you're on a budget or you're just not sure, there are other options out there.
totally.
And one thing I think is important to remember is that La Mer is very fragrance heavy.
Yes, and we saw that in the comments.
Yeah, like a lot of people.
A lot of people either loved the scent or they were really bothered by it.
Yeah, someone even said that they think they developed allergies from using fragrance in their skincare.
Right, and that's a valid concern.
Yeah.
Fragrance can be very irritating to some people.
So I guess it's like,
Proceed with caution.
yeah, if you have sensitive skin,
Yeah.
maybe think twice about La Mer. Or at least try a sample before you commit to a full-size product.
Yeah, always a good idea.
So where does this leave the listener? Should they splurge on La Mer or stick with their drugstore faves?
Well, there's no easy answer.
Right.
It really comes down to personal choice.
Yeah.
And you know what we were saying earlier about listening to your skin?
Right.
That's really the best advice.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
See how your skin reacts.
If it loves La Mer, great.
Awesome.
If it loves something that you get at the drugstore, great. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
And don't be afraid to experiment.
Exactly.
Like you might be surprised by what you find.
Yeah, you might find that, a drugstore product works just as well for you as a luxury product.
Totally.
Or you might find the opposite.
Right.
That you really do need that expensive stuff.
Before we move on, there's just this one thing.
Okay.
It's about the placebo effect.
Yes, the power of the mind.
Yeah, I see where you're going with this.
Like how much of La Mer's effectiveness could be attributed to the fact that people believe in it,
Right. Because they're spending so much money on it.
Yeah, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It is, and there's that whole thing about the ritual of using La Mer.
Yeah.
The beautiful packaging, the luxurious texture.
That feeling of like, I'm taking care of myself.
I'm worth it.
Yeah.
And if that makes you feel good and you see results,
Right.
then who are we to say that it's not working?
Exactly.
The placebo effect is real.
Yeah.
It can have a powerful impact.
So it's not just about the ingredients, it's about the whole experience. It's about how it makes you feel.
Yeah. It really makes you think.
It does.
Like how much of our perception of skincare is actually influenced by how it makes us feel and like the whole
The ritual.
yeah, the ritual.
My experience.
And like the marketing and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Maybe that's why people are willing to spend so much money on La Mer.
Right.
Because it feels like a treat.
It feels luxurious. It
Yeah.
feels like you're really pampering yourself. And if that makes you feel good and you see results,
Yeah.
then it's worth it.
Right. Like, who am I to judge?
Exactly.
If it makes you happy and it works for your skin,
Yeah.
then go for it.
So I think that's a good takeaway for our listeners is that there's no right or wrong answer when it comes to skincare.
Right.
It's all about finding what works for you,
For you.
for your skin, for your budget.
Yeah, like if you're curious about La Mer and you can afford it,
Yeah.
try it out.
See what you think.
You might love it.
You might hate it.
Who knows? But if you're happy with your drugstore products,
Yeah.
stick with them.
Yeah, there's absolutely no shame in that.
And I think that comment we talked about earlier about listening to your skin, that's really the best advice.
It is.
Your skin will tell you what it needs.
Survive or La Mer.
Exactly.
Like it doesn't discriminate.
So, pay attention to how your skin feels.
Yeah.
Pay attention to how products make your skin look. And you'll find what works for you.
Yeah. Do your research experiment a little.
And don't be afraid to splurge if you find something that you really love.
Right.
But also don't feel pressured to spend a ton of money
Exactly.
if you don't need to.
Yeah. And, maybe one day we'll do a deep dive on the placebo effect in skincare.
Oh, that would be a fun one.
Because that's a whole other
Yeah, there's so much to explore there.
rabbit hole.
It is. It's fascinating.
Yeah. The power of the mind is
Amazing.
pretty incredible.
It is.
But yeah, so that's La Mer.
That's La Mer, a very polarizing brand,
Yes, it is.
but a very interesting one.
It is.
So we hope you enjoyed this deep dive.
We did too.
Thanks for listening.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Some people love it, some people hate it, some people find that La Mer has great marketing strategies to get people to buy into the hype. Honestly, it really depends on your skin type. Unfortunately, this product is quite expensive, so the number of people that are able to purchase it and try it on a whim is very low. My suggestion would be to find it on sale or try a sample. Well, you made it till the end. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, or I hope you found it very informative. Let me know if you've tried this product or if this video convinced you to try it or to not try it. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Bye.